In the 19th century, industrial and technological developments completely transformed the food sector. This was seen through the appearance of new products such as canned food and powdered products. The issue with these new industrial products was that it was hard for the consumer to know what the contents were. They needed some explanations. This is why food labeling became essential. Current labeling must include a product description such as powdered milk or blossom honey. This is the product name, which is also known as the sales description. The label must also include the net amount, for example, 200 grams, and the sell-by date. Now, what is the use-by date? This can refer to two types of date. When on a product you see to be used before, this is called the use-by date. After this date, food product is likely to be risky in terms of health. Maybe you've also seen on a product best before. In this case, this is an optimal date before which food should be consumed, meaning that after that date, the quality of food is not guaranteed, although it does not actually pose a health risk. For example, the quality may refer to taste, texture, or nutritional value. Even if a product is over this date limit, it can often still be eaten. As you know, the label must also include the list of ingredients. You should be aware that the ingredients are listed by descending weight order. The first ingredient listed is therefore the one which comprises the largest proportion of the food. The list especially includes food additives and allergens, and this somewhat complicates matters. What is a food additive? An additive is a fairly wide term because it refers to several substances, for example, colorings, preservatives, or acidifying agents. These substances can be natural or synthetic. Additives aim to improve the product somehow. This can be the appearance, how well it keeps, or its taste or texture. Additives must be named according to category, then either their scientific name or their European symbol. In Europe, if you see a substance in the list of ingredients beginning with the letter E followed by 3 numbers, this denotes a food additive. The letter E stands for Europe. The 3 numbers refer to a category of additives. There are several categories of additives. In Europe, the first category is colorings. So the E is followed by the number 1 to indicate the relevant category of colorings. The next 2 numbers indicate the shade. For example, coloring E120 is a red coloring. The color of food is a very important factor in whether or not we choose to eat it. In industrial food production, colorings are used for a range of reasons. They may be to reproduce a color which has disappeared during the manufacturing process, or to highlight an existing color, or to color a foodstuff without any color of its own to make it look more appealing. The E200 series corresponds to preservatives. The E300 series corresponds to antioxidants. An antioxidant neutralizes the action of oxygen. Consequently, food can be kept and consumed for longer periods of time. The E400 series improves texture of foods thanks to emulsifying agents and stabilizers, thickeners and gelling agents. There are many different additives, each one playing a specific role. The most risky allergens are listed in legislation. It is mandatory for them to be stated on food labels. For example, you'll see after the ingredients a statement such as contains soya. Soya is an ingredient which can be potentially allergenic. There are other allergens, for example, fish, seafood, peanuts, eggs, milk, nuts, and sulfites. All will be indicated on the list of ingredients. You need to be observant. You should be also aware that if a product is manufactured, stored, or transported with another one, it's possible to find traces of allergens. In that case, it is impossible to avoid them or eliminate them completely. The label must include comments such as, may contain traces of hazelnuts, or soya may be present. These comments can be found after the list of ingredients. A food label can also mention the product's origin. for example, its country of origin. It may also provide quality assurances. For example, organic refers to organic farming practices. AOC means Appellation d'origine contrôlée. There are others like red label or Indication géographique protégée. Sometimes labels will also include instructions for use to make it easier to use the product. You'll also find the manufacturer's name and address, or something indicating the factory and the production batch.